Hey, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to recap Game 42 of the regular season. Rangers over the Devils 3-0. Igor Shesterkin gets his first career shutout. And boy, this was a big game. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying, I feel very bad. My throat is hurting pretty bad. I'm a little congested, and I'm tired. But this was just too important of a game not to put a video out for. So, this is a double night, right? It would normally be a Rangers video and an Astros video. However, the Astros game was just too depressing to talk about. And I can probably go for 20 minutes without my throat absolutely imploding. But 40 to 45, because I could probably talk about the Astros for a good 25 minutes and just completely take shots at it. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to do the Rangers video, and then tomorrow's Astros video will be a double dose, essentially. So yeah, that out of the way. Getting into the first period, 18:33, Kreider and the Devil get into it really quickly and drop gloves. Kreider seemingly upset about the move down to the fourth line in the other game. He got at it quickly to try to get the team rallied up. And, maybe it worked. A little bit later on, 12:58, Buchnevich does a little pass to Kravtsov, and it goes off of him, sort of deflects to Mika Zibanejad, and Mika Zibanejad, in a moment, becomes a one-man wrecking crew. Takes the puck, guns past two Devils defenders, makes a power move across the ice, and scores to make it 1-0 very quickly against him. That was a super impressive play by Mika Zibanejad. He had a few breakaways recently that he's just sort of missed on, but this one, he was not going to miss. And I noticed this in the first period as well. Vitaly Kravtsov was really going for his first goal. He had a few really nice shots on goal. He was playing a super physical game. The Rangers, as a whole, played a very physical game tonight, and that really surprised me. A little bit later on, 40 seconds left, Brendan Smith cross-checked Hughes, so he got a penalty. I think they technically called it interference, but it was cross-checking. So that was a 2-minute penalty. They would go on the power play, and we would kill it off. Again, I like power plays like this, where it's like the last 40 seconds or the last minute of a period, so you don't have that full 2 minutes to build the momentum. I don't want to say I was okay with it, because I would have rather not given up a power play, but this was a good area, in my opinion, to give it up at. So after the first period, I thought it was one of the better ones that the Rangers played this season. We held the puck a lot. We were getting outshot 10-8, but I thought we had some really good chances. Like I said, we were passing pretty well, and Shesterkin just had a fantastic period. He had a fantastic game as a whole. A little bit later on, 14-18. Jacob Trouba laid down a really nice hit, and then McLeod took exception to it, so him and Brendan Smith started throwing hands. They got into it. Yeah, this was a brutal night. It was a very physical game by both teams, Rangers and Devils both. The rivalry is not dead. Don't be convinced. It is still alive and well. 8 minutes left. The Devils had a really long shift in our offensive zone and put up quite a few shots against Igor Shesterkin, but he was fending them all off. Again, there weren't a ton of, insane saves, or at least they don't appear to be, but there were a lot of really nice saves of just little tip-ins in front, prolonged pressure that Shesterkin was just fending off, and it was a very impressive night for him. However, the next one was an impressive one. 2:51 is what I wrote down. The Devils get a 2-on-1 going in, and he just gets aggressive, goes out of the crease, goes out of the blue paint to go for the shooter, and makes a really nice save to keep it a 1-0 game. A fantastic period by Igor Shesterkin, a not-so-good period by the rest of the Rangers in the offense and the defense, but we still go into the third up 1-0. Into the third period, 18:45, Strome got blown up on, I think it was a hip check. It was totally legal. There was nothing wrong with it, but he got destroyed, thought he was going to leave the game. He ended up skating some more, so it seemed like it just shook him up. Panarin, though, oddly enough, almost got into a fight, which I don't think I've ever seen Panarin that mad. That was real interesting. A little bit later on, 12:10 left in the period. The Rangers would get their second goal. Artemi Panarin has it. He passes to Fox. Fox passes it over to Philip Hedl, who's alongside the goal. And Hedl was just a perfect pass over to Artemi Panarin. He gets it. Snipe! 2-0 Rangers. And Artemi Panarin makes history for the most points in their first 100 games as a Ranger, beating out Mark Messier. This was his 138th point as a Ranger. And my goodness gracious, I've talked about it in the past. This contract is paying instant dividends. I thought it was an overpayment. Most people did. But man, Artemi Panarin is showing that this was a good contract and that he is worth every single penny to the Rangers. A little bit later on, 9:32, the Devils get a 3-on-1 going into our zone. And at this moment I thought, oh, okay, the shutout's dead. That's a bummer. But it wasn't. They didn't really get a shot off, or if it was just a little nudge by Shesterkin to get it for a save, so that wasn't anything too bad. A little bit later on, this was hilarious. 5:30, the Devils carry it into the zone, and then Keandre Miller just runs up to him and just murders the guy. Shoves him into the boards, takes the puck, and starts to clear, which was hilarious. A little bit later on, to continue preserving the shutout, 3:23 left. Shesterkin with his flurry of saves. It was madness in front of the net. He was on his back, laying flat like a freaking board. Like, it looks like he was planking, but he makes some nice saves. Rolled over on his side, got one with, I think it was his glove. It was a really nice flurry to keep it a shutout. Then a little bit later on, they would pull their goalie at 1:19. Lingrid got a penalty for high sticking, which meant it would be 6-on-4 hockey. Then, with 28 seconds left, Pavel Buchnevich steals and takes a shot on goal. And it goes in, and that is a 3-0 lead now with basically no time left. 100% puts the game away, and most importantly, the 20,000th goal for the New York Rangers as a franchise, which is an incredible milestone for the franchise, and super awesome that Buchnevich got that. There was a picture afterwards of him in the locker room with that puck taped up, so that's a super cool memento that he's going to have and treasure for the rest of his life. That was super cool. And like I said, I was going to just push this video off for tomorrow. I was just going to call it, go to bed, but I'm like, I can't do this on a night where Igor Shesterkin gets his first career shutout. Panarin, breaks the record for most points in the first 100 games by a Ranger, and Buchnevich gets the 20,000th franchise goal. Like, those are just too important not to talk about. So, on those notes, Artemi Panarin, good game. I thought he was skating pretty well. A player who I thought did really well tonight was actually not Artemi Panarin. I already said that. Alexis Lafreniere. He was going hard. He got physical a little bit, and he just continues to look better and better as these last few games have progressed. Again, only 12 minutes and 38 seconds, which is, I'd like to see more. This is a shocker, actually. Artemi Panarin only had 14 minutes and 30 seconds. That's strange. Wow, only 14 minutes for Artemi Panarin. That's kind of a shocker, if I'm being honest. I didn't realize that till just now. Adam Fox had another 22-point game, or 22-minute game, not a 22-point game. That'd be impressive. And then Igor Shesterkin with the 27-save shutout. And my goodness gracious, he's going to have a lot of those. And I hope they're all with the Rangers. But this was a fantastic game for the Rangers. First one of a 4-game set against the Devils, which is insane to me. And yeah, I said going into this, if you want to be a good team, if you want to call yourself that, if you want to go for the playoffs, you got to win at least 3 of these. At least 3 of the 4. I would say get at least 6 or 7 points out of it. They already got the first 2, and this was a heck of a way to do it. So I believe the next game on Thursday is back at the Garden. Yes, it is. And I will recap that one as well. So thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, go Rangers.